So if I remember, when we left off last time, Mr. Phillips was right about to get into physical tactics, like body language. Body language. I was hoping for physical tactics, but he was gonna get into body language. So let's just jump into it. Let's just jump into it. What's my hair? You guys like it? I got a haircut since last time. I don't know if you noticed. Did you notice? All right, let's check this out. Okay, I think this is about where we left off. And let's see.
34 and skill 69. That is not intentional.
No,
At 34, what am I doing? What could I be doing differently in this case?
what could you be doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute pleasure to have you here today.
Yeah, the putting the hands together that's the thing he's going to tell you not to do.
Good of you to come.
And he's half right. He's half right.
I should have avoided closing my body language, because whenever a human being closes their body language, it is a sign that they feel threatened in one way or another. So I should have continued with an open body language.
Yes.
So let's have a look at number 69.
But what should we do instead? Just say have open body language is not enough. That was it? Okay. Maybe he's going to get into it a little bit more, but just in case he doesn't, let me again, great idea. Let's transition that into tactics. Here's the first thing that you have to remember. It's not that doing this is inherently wrong. It's not that doing this is inherent. Covering up is not inherently wrong. It's doing that, you're not going to be like, oh no. Because think about it. Isn't it sometimes normal just to stand like this and talk to your friends? Isn't it sometimes normal to do these things? So doing them is not the problem. It's when you only do them. That's what it is. If I did a whole presentation, look, okay, check this out. Look, if I did a whole presentation, right, and I'm talking and I go like this the whole time, this starts looking weird, right? So he's correct that you should open up your body. But how? If you're like me, you're like, how? Do I do this? What do I do? And here's what you do. Number one, practice by making a little rule that says your hands can't touch each other, okay? They can do whatever they want. Else, so you'll be like this, you're like, I don't know what to do. And every now and then you're gonna go like this, and then go, wait, I can't do that anymore. And then you go like this, and then you go like this. Oh, I can't do that anymore. Good, because here's the thing. The secret to good body language is not being open. That's 60% of the puzzle. The other 40% is diversity. Because if we were all just chilling, talking, hanging out, we'd be moving every bunch of few seconds. Whether it's moving like this hand in pocket, yeah. It's 60% open body language, 40% diversity within that body language. So your first step to get there is the next time you're practicing, say this. Your hands can do whatever they want, but they can't touch each other. And every now and then, they're still going to come back here. You're like, oh, wait, I can't do that anymore. And that is enough to give you both diversity and a look of confidence. Step one, at least. That's step one. For more, take my course. All right, let's keep going.
Which looks like this. I'll have to start up here. So when a presenter starts like this, they go, what should I do better now? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the most influential subjects known to
stepping backwards. A lot of people do that. And as they talk, they start moving backwards. You're right.
Mankind. Now, this will be super interesting. We'll be going through this. You'll be having an amazing time. Wow, it'll blow you away.
Yeah. And actually, he makes a very good point. It's so true. People do that all the time. If you're ever in a classroom, notice that people who get up to speak will walk up and first thing they'll do is they'll look at everybody and then they'll back up. Sometimes that's so they can try and see everybody though. But you will notice that people always try and put as much distance between themselves and the thing that scares them. So bravo. What can we do about it?
Have avoided reversing. Look what a double incorrect looks like. It looks like this. Ladies and gentlemen, absolute pleasure to have you here. Good of you to come. Well, a double correct looks like this.
I think he's right. You know what? Credit where credit is due. You are right. People fall into that trap of closing up and moving backwards all the time. And those are physical things that you can change by not letting your hands together and moving forward, which is probably what he's going to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute pleasure to have you here.
Sure, absolutely.
Is there a difference?
Yes, absolutely.
Of course there is.
Mr. Phillips. How does that to apply when I'm sitting here at a table? How does that apply when I don't have a lot of room to move? How does that apply virtually, sir? Just putting that out there.
The biggest difference is in here. I can
Oh no,
feel a difference
don't say
while
that.
doing those two
No, you
motions.
can't. No, you
You
can't.
become what you are.
No. This is why I was saying, I think in the previous video, that this guy's essentially trying to be he's trying to be a motivational speaker. He's not actually training you with skills. He's trying to motivate you with ideas. Ooh, that was good. He's not trying, yeah, he's not trying to change you with skills. He's trying to motivate you with ideas. Because here's the reality of it. Every time I've done training and we've done practicing where we have good open nonverbal communication, every single person feels like they're being super over the top and ridiculous. If you've ever taken my courses, you know this is true, but it doesn't look that way. So you never change how you feel. You still always feel nervous. You still feel self-conscious. You feel ridiculous. That never changes. What you're saying, these physical tactics that you're saying that work, and I agree they do work, are so that you can look confident even when you don't feel it. And that's a little piece that you're missing there, because that feeling it in your heart, that's that, like the same thing as saying, if you smile more, you'll feel happier. Like fake it till you make it. And that has been shown over and over to be incorrect. There was a TED talk with this lady who was talking about that. And even she, if you look back, she referenced research, but it wasn't actually very good research. That's what he's saying. The good news, dear YouTuber, is that you don't have to feel good as long as you look it. So that's the good news. Do what he's saying. It's not going to change how you feel, but you'll still look more confident. Let's see what else we do here.
Now let's ask ourselves, yeah, but David, the closed body language things, what shall I do with my hands? What shall,
David, why did you back up?
And the interesting thing with the closed body language is that wherever I went all over the world studying these people, it seems like we've got a general kind of locked body language positions. And I'll show you my favorites that I found. We've obviously got the classical fig leaf position. Yeah. Then we have the double bunny position. You have the right bunny position, the left bunny position, the right hockle, the left tackle. And then you have the forklift.
What did he say? Tuckle? Did he say cockled? What does this mean? I don't understand. I've never seen this unless you're holding a microphone.
You of course have the peacock with flapping elbows. Yeah. You have the major, the Merkel, the prayer, and the beggar. One of my personal favorites is the British horse rider. And the British horse rider...
big joke coming, everybody. Big joke.
Like this, puts it just above the chest.
Big joke.
It's like they're off somewhere. Oh, God!
Very funny. Never seen anything like that before. I've never seen anyone do that. The first few you had me, these ones you're exaggerating, but we're having fun, so it's okay.
There's a fox over here. And then we found two
listen to that forced laughter.
T-Rexes as well in the stuff.
He does this joking every time he trains. He does this cringy joke every single time he trains. I guarantee you that. If you've ever taken a course with him, he's probably done it in front of you.
Such a weird thing presenting like this.
No one does it. No one presents like this. Some people sometimes do have the limp hand. I mean, I haven't seen it that much, but more about the covering up your. So if you look into the research into body language in terms of evolutionary biology, whenever people are scared or nervous, they cover up their most vulnerable parts. You want to go back to fetal position. So that means covering up your genitals, covering up your belly button. Do you know what I mean? Crossing over. Again, it's not that you do it. It's when you only do it. It's fine to cross your arms or clasp your hands and cover your belly button and your genitals every once in a while, because that's what we do normally. The secret to good body language, my friends, and I don't know if he's going to talk about it, but the secret is diversity. Putting your hand in your pocket is such like a 1950s, 60s, 70s, like salesman thing. Never put your hands in your pockets. Why not? Isn't that just normal? Isn't that normal? And again, it's not when you put your hand in your pocket. It's when you put your hand in your pocket and never take it out. Because most of us would put our hands in our pockets and then take it out a few seconds later. That's the secret. Diversity in body language, not one thing.
Okay, so you mean, David, that we need to have an open body language? Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
mean. And I'm not allowed to have them in my pockets, not
Why
allowed to
not?
have them in my major or the double
Why not?
whammy. No. But what on earth shall I do?
Why can't you have your hands in your pockets, bro? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never seen anyone bothered by it. Yo, David, so does that mean that every late night talk show host is doing it wrong?
To Native American hosiery makers?
Yes, I would say.
I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely, because.
And speaking of good sports, earlier today, the New York Yankees.
Is it half empty? I don't know. Is the audience half full? I guess it depends on how you look at life, really. We have 89 vaccinated people in our studio audience. I have to say, though, it's weird having half an audience. It's like Thanos snapped his fingers and killed the rest of them. Oh, speaking of Thanos, we got an interesting bit of.
And this is it. It's our last episode of Late Night, and I'm really gonna miss being on a TV at 12:37. Especially miss the battle for late night ratings with my fierce rivals Craig Ferguson and a veggie chopper infomercial. We got some good ratings. Tonight is the 969th and final episode of Late Night.
Here's it. Why'd I have to watch that stupid show? There is one country that worries me, though. Not Iraq, not Iran, not North Korea. The only country that really worries me is the country of Germany. I don't know if you guys are history buffs or not, but... in the early part of
the frontrunner, Mitt Romney, who is the wealthiest of all the Republican candidates, Romney said today he learned something. There are things that money can't buy. Like Colorado, Minnesota. Oh, I tell you, Ricky.
But don't millions of people line up to watch them, pay money to watch them? Aren't they some of the most influential communicators in media? See, this is the disconnect between academia and execution.
Do with them then? What you should use them for is what is called functional gesturing, to show that something is getting better, or that something...
Functional gesturing. I'm almost positive, and maybe I'm cheating here because I just saw him there. I'm also positive is that when you talk about something moving up, you should have your hands up. When you talk about something moving down, you should have your hands down. And I mean, that's fine because we would do that. It might, oh, it's this high. If we weren't nervous. See, the only reason you don't have diversity in how you move is because you get nervous, right? And so you kind of clamp up. So it's not that you're not, and in your head, you think you're doing these things. So he may be right, and I'm preemptive here. But give me something that I can do when I'm nervous. Right? Excuse me.
Is getting less good, or that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we are going to go through. Use your gestures for what they're supposed to be used for. And what's interesting with this is that if you imagine
1 second pause. See, that's all you need.
The time we've spent on this planet as our race, how much of that time have we spent using gestures and nonverbal communication in order to communicate what we're saying? Is that more?
Very true. Actually, hold on. I'm going to let him finish his point.
More than verbal?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me give you a demonstration of how important it is. So I'll
prepare for an over-exaggerated example that doesn't relate to your day-to-day.
Say something now, and everything I say will be super positive. My facial expressions will be super positive, and the way I say it will be super positive, but my hands will be saying the opposite. Are you with me? Because this requires some focus. All of you should learn more about public speaking, because if you do that, you will become better. You will grow and you will develop as a human being. People will love your presentations, listening to your arguments, and just generally loving whatever you're doing. So do yourself a great favor. Learn.
Listen to that. He does this every time. You listen to that forced laughter.
more about this particular subject.
Cringe. Look at the
because you'll be
cringe.
thanking
So
yourself
cringe.
for the rest of your life. And particularly you have been absolutely incredible. So I
Oh,
thank
good
you
for
for
you.
listening.
You know, props to you. Gave the whole room the finger. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cringy.
Now the question is this: did you listen to what I was saying or what I was doing?
Definitely what you were doing.
I believe that you focused entirely on what I was doing.
Yeah.
And that is the case with body language and gestures. If it's not saying the same thing as what you're saying verbally, there's a discrepancy and a disturbance in the communication.
Okay. So how do you do it?
Let's move on from body language
What?
to...
Again, it's just another one of these guys saying, if you don't, you need to have good, your body language and what you're saying should be in line with one another. Dude, how? You just spent all this time and all this effort showing us what not to do. So what should we do? Come on, David, what's going on? So listen, here's the thing. What you should be doing, there's no way, you shouldn't be like physicalizing as you're speaking. Just watch the YouTube video, watch his video, rewind it up till now, and just see what he did. And I'll tell you what he did. He did two things, right? He went talk, 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 talk. And in between this, he reset to this. Here, I'll show you. So he went like this. He went talk, 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 right? You know what I'm saying? Talk, 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 talk. Right? That's what he did. He went from this position to this position. That's all he did the whole time. Sometimes here for a little while talking, and sometimes here for a little while talking. This always looks weird because no one just stands and talks like this. Even me doing this looks weird, right? So those were the moments where he looked a little weird. If you want to practice something, here's what you practice. I'm going to give you this little tip. Start with your hands like this, okay? But then here's what you do. Talk with one hand and then talk with the other hand. And at first it's going to feel really weird, but this is how most of us talk. So what you can do is talk like this, talk, 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 talk. Talk with one hand, talk, 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 talk. Talk with the other hand, talk, talk, talk. Stay on this hand if you want, talk, talk, talk. Stay on this hand if you want. Is that the only thing you should do? No. This is one thing you should do. There is no one right way, my friends. In fact, what you should be doing is this. Talk, 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 talk. You know, talk, talk, talk. So yeah, oh, exactly, that's exactly right. Yeah, and over there, talk, talk, talk. And it's that diversity. You know, every now and then, maybe you put your hands in your pocket wallet. Very good point. And actually, here's another, and you move it around. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. And then you keep going back. It's the diversity that makes us look confident, that makes us look powerful. But that was a simple strategy to start new muscle memory. So listen, gang, I know we're less than halfway, but he's about to go on to like a whole other point. And again, I want to be conscious of not making these videos too long. If you want more kind of to the point, straight videos, make sure to check out my Instagram. I'll put the link down below. Public Speaking Lab on Instagram, because I'm posting tons of little quick tips there all the time. That being said, this is part 2 of our breakdown of Mr. David JP Phillips TED Talk in Zagreb. And oh man, I don't know where Zagreb is, but it sounds awesome. And I want to go there now. But that was part 2 of our little breakdown. And I think we'll try and end it and do a 3-parter with this one. Thank you all so much for checking it out. Remember, #endboringteam, and all my details are down below. See you next time.